Okay, so I'm Daphne. I'm a student here at Tilburg University, and right now I'm working on my thesis with Professor Mali. So right now I'm working on analyzing AI-generated text, and more specifically how ChatGPT represents specific urban spaces. We are now in the critical culture studies class.
So why culture studies? Well, I think culture studies is one of the most important academic programs at the moment, because if we want to understand that fast changing world around us, well, we need culture to understand it, and more specifically, we need to understand the impact of digitalization on culture.
The topic of culture studies is actually quite broad because we do study all the expressions of human culture. We do zoom in on politics, on media and on arts usually. So all kinds of intersections between those three broad themes you can think about. So lots about social media, but also about literature, about film, etc.
What was really fun during this master is the fact that you don't only have papers and presentations, but you also have non-traditional academic writing. So you can have like podcasts or interview simulations.
Well, of course, it's an academic education, so it means that you get lectures, but we do much more than that. We focus on workshops, we read together. So the idea is that you do not only get knowledge, but that you also acquire skills, that you become a researcher, that you can analyze the world around us, and that you have the skills to also adapt to that world around us.
So one thing that I found really interesting was the term of data valence. Together with the concept of Deleuze and Guattari about societies of control. And I was walking around Tilburg and photographing the signs that were mentioning CCTV cameras, the security stickers, all these ways companies collect our data and use them. Through this project, I realized that I'm not 100% aware of how much of my data is being used and why it's being used.
One of the classes that I really liked was when I was allowed to teach about body horror, which is a genre that fascinates me because it teaches us a lot about what kinds of bodies we find acceptable in society and the way that we choose to represent the body in general. Studying at Tilburg University, I think we have quite small-scale groups when you talk about digital culture. So I think there's a lot of contact between teachers and students generally.
I never heard like a no from a professor actually. Yeah. Like I present all these crazy ideas and I've never actually heard a no. They were all very encouraging on me continue doing that, even though sometimes they weren't familiar with my topic, but they really encouraged me to continue, and I think that's what I liked most about this master.
I think it's relevant and crucial to study digital culture these days, in particular because it is everywhere. So it's so ubiquitous that we usually don't see it anymore. It is something that's become almost second nature to us, and it's very important to remain critical and to see what is actually happening around us.
Yes, we are the most relevant program that you can follow.